How's it going, everybody? Today we have something very special. Thanks to a couple of my close friends and family, I'm going to be able to do a little bit of an unboxing video for you today. I wanted to try this type of video for a little while now, because as many of you know, I have a rather extensive collection of fossil skull casts from a lot of different animals. I like to use these as props for teaching tools, both when I go into the classroom as well as here on YouTube with stuff like the Paleo catalog videos. Now, a while ago, I started telling people who didn't know what to get me as Christmas or birthday gifts just to give me gift certificates to different online retailers like Bone Clones. And now, after a couple holidays have passed, I've been able to make my first big purchase. Now, this isn't going to count as this week's video. That's still coming out on Friday. This is just a little something extra that I wanted to do in between working on the next one. But without further ado, let's get this thing open and see what the newest piece is to my little home museum. All right. As you can see, I have not opened this yet. It is still sealed, and I've strategically removed my address and whatnot, because we don't want any doxing or anything like that going on. Inside of this box, there is another box. Give the Bone Clones, they do absolutely go out of their way to keep their stuff protected. So let's get this one open now. Inside is just going to be another smaller box. This is just going to keep going. Packing peanuts. All right. Let's try not to make a mess. No. No. We're going to remove this. Can anybody guess what it is yet? So here's the stand. I do really like their stands. I got my short-faced bear from them, as well as a couple others, and I'm very glad that I got the metal stand from them when I bought that. Hinty hint hint, someday you can expect there will be a short-faced bear catalog video. So that goes on there, and that is like specifically molded for the skull that is... Uh-oh. Oh, okay. And that is like specifically molded for the skull that is right there behind it, still wrapped up. Alright, let's get this one open now. Be a little more gingerly about where I put that box cutter. Do you know what it is yet? Oh. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. And we have the skull of Dinictus. Now, Dinictus is a species of Nimravid, which is a false saber-toothed cat that lived across North America in the US and Canada from around 37 to around 17 million years ago, during the late Eocene into the Miocene. And These are one of the animals that are included in the multitude of creatures that I get the opportunity to hunt for the remains of every year when I go to the White River Badlands. I guess this is mostly like a direct cast because it's got some distortion right there. Like, I mean, so I guess it's like a direct cast. A lot of times when you have different fossils, like, obviously if it's sat in the ground for 30 million years, there's a good chance that there's been some compression and stuff done to it. So let's see what it looks like on here. Normally you like have to put them on like this, and then you, no, I guess not on this one. I think you got to put that on like that, and then how does this go? Okay, that goes like that, and then it sets on there like so, and then just like that you have your Dinictus skull on display with its little ID card that I'm probably going to cut off just because I'll probably not want to have it attached and just have it like sitting next to it like I do with most of mine. So this animal, to describe it as a cat is a little bit of a stretch. It is a feliform. However, it is not a true cat. Technically, it's about as closely related to cats as like the fossa cat from Madagascar, which is only sort of cat-ish. One major difference that these guys have with any modern cats today is that they're actually plantigrade. All cats and dogs today are digitigrade, which means they walk like up on their toes, especially when they're running. These guys, they had more of a flat-footed gait that's a little bit more similar to, for instance, how we walk or how bears walk. And it probably created, although that seems like a very superficial difference, to see this animal walking around alive, it probably would have been, it just would have had a very different feel about it. It probably wasn't quite as stealthy. It probably wasn't as fleet-footed. It probably relied on things like ambushing from heavy cover a lot more, which may have explained why it might have died out, because as the Oligocene and the Eocene gave way into the Miocene, things were getting a little bit more open. There was a lot more grassland and a lot less cover for animals like this to be able to hide. So more fleet-footed predators, like true dogs and cats, were probably able to outcompete this guy. So that being said, that means that these spectacular saber teeth probably evolved independently from what you would think of as a Mecharodontid saber-toothed cat, like we've talked about in previous videos. And that's a video that I'm probably going to end up making at one point or another, just talking about convergent evolution and how different animals that are not related to one another directly have evolved very similar strategies for making a living. I hope you all enjoyed having this little look at the new piece to my museum collection, and who knows, maybe one day I'll make a spotlight video about this, or I've got plans for this guy. I did not just buy this just as a, I want this, so I wanted to go get it. Especially because I have the opportunity to go to the site where these types of animals are found. It gives me a lot of opportunity where I can definitely use pieces like this for educational purposes. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I can't wait to catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one, everybody.